make a habit of confronting the brutal facts. So confronting the brutal facts is actually a phrase that I took from the book Good to Great by Jim Collins, which is a business book, where he says that this is one of the qualities, right? They basically did this analysis to find out the qualities of like the best companies and CEOs. And that's one of the common things they found, right? Like the really capable CEOs have this trait of confronting the brutal facts unflinchingly. So whereas, a weak CEO will want yes men who make things sound better than they are, right?
Right.
So it's like whatever, let's say, some product line is not selling well this quarter. The weak CEO will want people to like sugarcoat it and be like, oh, in this sector over here, things are going really well. And here things are going really well. And, on this product line, well, it's a slow start, but things are looking good, right? Whereas a strong CEO will want someone to come in and say, listen, this product line, nobody's buying it. We're getting bad reviews. People hate this, right? It's like, I want that level of truth, right?
Yeah.
And that is the idea of confronting the brutal facts. And for me, that has been a really, really important trait. Again, that's like the equivalent. You're not staring down a dragon or something,
right?
But that's like the equivalent, right? Are you running away from truth? Do you want people to be in denial? Do you want to be in denial, or are you like, no, hit me with whatever,
right?
However bad it is, I want to know the full story, right?
Okay. In service of that, right, or in pursuit of that, can you still feel like, oh, I don't really want to find out, but just give it to me, man. Just give it to me, like.
Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's not that. It's something you have to continually practice, right?
Right. I guess it gets easier over time.
I think it's the same kind of thing as when you're exercising, right? When you're lifting weights, it's not that your muscles don't burn because you've been training a lot, right? It's still hard, but you get used to that kind of hard thing. The only path to success for me really was through lots and lots and lots of failure, lots of trial and error, right? There's so many things that I have tried and failed at. And I think, it's something that I really, really want to emphasize, because I think it's one of the greatest delusions is like, you're a successful entrepreneur. The story must be somehow that, you did things and everything worked out, right? It's like, listen, if you could understand how many things I have done and failed at, it would turn your stomach, right? I honestly fully believe that I have failed at more things than most people will ever attempt in their life, right?
Wow.
I've experienced so much failure, but again, it's like, I'm not trying to avoid that. I'm throwing myself at this problem of whatever it is that I'm doing in my business. And I'm like, okay, I want to learn the lesson, right? Tell me if this doesn't work. Tell me why the thing I do sucks. Like, I want to know so I can get better later.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I hope this is correct. It's like batting 300 in baseball, right? What does that mean? It means 70% of the time you suck.
Right.
But like, that makes you a Hall of Famer.
Right. Yeah. So again, and I think, the perfectionism is like the extreme other side of that, right? Where you're basically so afraid that you're constantly holding back. And that's a really crippling thing, especially for entrepreneurs and creators.
And just the thing you just mentioned, one last point on is like, that's some warrior shit, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you go and get beaten every day.
And you show up again the next day. Yeah.